In this video, we're going to look at how to convert fractions to percentages. As a general rule, to convert any fraction to a percentage, all we need to do is multiply the fraction by 100. However, if you're able to recognize the different types of fractions you have, then there are also other strategies you can use which makes the process simpler. In this video, we're going to simplify it into 4 types of fractions. The first are the common fractions like a half, a quarter, and 2/5. Second type are what we call hundredths. These are fractions with denominators of 100. The third are fractions that can easily be converted to hundredths. And the last are the harder fractions where the denominator doesn't easily convert to 100. Let's start off with the first type, which I call the common fractions. Most people will be able to recognize that fraction of a half is equal to 50%, a quarter is equal to 25%, and 2/5 is equal to 40%. So if you recognize these, you can straight away write down the answers. However, we can also apply the general rule. For example, a half, take the fraction and multiply by 100, which is the same as multiplying by 101. We cancel the 2 and the 100, and this reduces to 1 and 50. Then we multiply the top and the bottom, and this is going to give us 50 over 1, which is equal to 50%. For a quarter, do the same thing. We multiply a quarter by 100, which is the same as multiplying by 101. 4 and 100 will reduce to 1 and 25. We then multiply the top and the bottom. This will give us 25 on 1, which is equal to 25%. And 2/5, we multiply by 100 also, which is 101. We then cancel the 5 and the 100, then multiply the top and the bottom. This will give us 40 over 1, which is equal to 40%. The second type are hundredths. These are fractions whose denominator is 100. Remember, the word percent means out of 100. So when you see a fraction such as 1300, which means 13 out of 100, we can easily translate this into 13%. And similarly for 4500, this means 45 out of 100, which directly translates to 45%. And for C, 139 hundredth means 139 out of 100, which translates to 139%. But again, to illustrate, we can also apply the general rule. So 1300, if we multiply by 100, which is 100 on 1, the 100 will cancel out. We then multiply the top and the bottom. This will give us 13 over 1, which is 13%. So 45 over 100, same thing, we multiply by 100 over 1. The 100 will cancel out. We then multiply the top and the bottom, and this will give us the same answer of 45%. And for 139 over 100, we multiply by 100 over 1. The 100 cancels out. Multiplying the top and the bottom, we also get 139%. The third type are fractions which easily converts to hundredths. Another word, we can easily make the denominator of the fraction equal to 100. For example, A, we've got 7/20. We can multiply the top by 5 and the bottom by 5. Now remember, when we multiply the top and the bottom by the same number, 5 on 5 in this case is equal to 1. And when you're multiplying anything by 1, you're not changing the value. So for this one, 7 times 5 will give us 35 on top. 20 times 5 will give us 100 on the bottom. So we have 35 out of 100, which translates to 35%. So for B, we've got 12/50. We can multiply the top and the bottom by 2. This will give us 24 over 100. So 24 out of 100 is the same as saying that this is equal to 24%. So for C, 23 out of 200, this time we can divide the top and the bottom by 2. So we're going to get 11.5 out of 100, which is equal to 11.5%. Of course, if you're not comfortable with this, you can apply the general rule, which is multiplying the fraction by 100. So for 7 over 20, if we multiply by 100, which is 100 on 1, the 20 and the 100 will cancel and reduce to 1 and 5. We then multiply the top and the bottom. This will give us 35 over 1, which is 35%. So for 12 over 50th, we do the same thing. We multiply by 100 on 1. The 50 and the 100 will reduce to 1 and 2. We then multiply the top and the bottom. We're going to get 24 on 1, which is equal to 24%. And the last one, 23 over 200, if we multiply by 100 on 1, the 100 and the 200 will cancel out. This time we're going to get 23 on top, 2 on the bottom. This is the same as 23 divided by 2, which does reduce to 11.5% or 11.5%. The last type are the harder fractions. With these fractions, the denominator doesn't readily convert to 100. So what we do is we straight away apply the general rule of just multiplying by 100. For example, with a 1/6, we multiply by 100, which is the same as multiplying by 100 on 1. The 6 and the 100 will reduce to 3 and 50. We then multiply the top. 50 times 1 is 50. Multiplying the bottom, 3 times 1 is 3, and this reduces to 16 over 2/3%. So for B, 4/7, we do the same thing. Straight away multiply by 100 on 1. The 100 and the 7 doesn't cancel, nor does the 4 and the 1. So we multiply the top. 4 times 100 is 400. 7 times 1 is 7. 400 over 7 reduces to 57 and 1/7%. So for C, we've got a mixed fraction, 3/5/8. Remember, this is equal to 29 on 8. So we're going to take 29 on 8, and then we're going to multiply by 100 over 1. The 8 and the 100 will reduce to 2 and 25. We then multiply 29 and 25 together, which will give us 725. 2 times 1 will give us 2, and all of this simplifies to 362.5%. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you're interested in videos on this topic or other topics, please do take a look at our channel. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. We release videos across various math topics weekly, and we hope to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.